The Sioux Falls Public Library System had a booth at the 2024 Pride Festival where they promoted LGBTQ-themed books. The librarian's display included the book LGBTQIA+ books for children and teens. The introduction states, children become aware of gender identity and expression at a very young age. They begin to identify with gender and to notice gender differences, and many of them experience a disconnect between what they feel and their biological orientation. The world around them, even before birth, begins to impose gender expectations. Children need to be allowed to express themselves as their inner selves demand. More and more authors and publishers have recently realized this and thus have begun to make available books that speak to gender identity and expression. The conclusion in the high school reading list section of this book is even more disturbing. It states, the books listed in this chapter need to be available to all children. This radical agenda for libraries to sexualize children isn't an anomaly, it's the explicitly stated goal of our public libraries leadership. Exposing children to LGBTQ and sexually explicit material is part of what the previous American Library Association president Emily Drabinski calls queering the catalog. How do librarians queer the catalog? By utilizing Marxist-inspired queer theory. Queer theory is a critical theory that examines and critiques society's definitions of gender and sexuality with the goal of revealing the social and power structures at play in our everyday lives. In particular, queer theory can serve as a lens to examine subjects outside the boundaries of traditional gender and sexuality binaries that assume that heterosexuality and cisgender are the norm. Deborah Caldwell Stone, director of the American Library Association's Office for Intellectual Freedom, summarized their goal for queering the catalog in a recent ALA webinar.
The thing that needs to happen most, and it needs to happen before these bills are introduced, is sustained messaging that reframes this issue, that takes it away from the idea that these are inappropriate for minors or sexually inappropriate for minors, and promote them as diverse materials and programming that are about inclusion, fairness, and the protection of everybody's right to see themselves and their families reflected in the books in the public library.
The Sioux Falls Public Libraries and school district libraries have also been captured by this radical agenda to sexually groom our children. This video series will provide evidence of pornographic and queer theory-inspired books available to kids in our publicly funded libraries and, in some cases, promoted by our library staff. Click on the links below to see more of the books in our Sioux Falls libraries that are designed to indoctrinate parents and their kids with radical queer theory. And please subscribe to this channel so you can be empowered to protect our kids from this dangerous agenda.